But as of now, Fox Hollow EnlightenNext is not in existence, or the organization is
No, we went
changed.
through a very big crisis that was primarily catalyzed by me actually contradicting some of the very things I've been speaking to you about. Because fundamentally, what happened was that I, as a spiritual teacher, I was upholding a mythic teaching structure, a mythic hierarchy. And part of this mythic hierarchy was based upon my own traditionally held belief in my own. I thought that my awakening was perfect or flawless, and they have in Buddhism the word for this is like you're called you're an arhat, someone who's fully realized, or in Vedanta they call it Jivan Mukta. So I believed these things about myself, and I also in my community I had absolute power and absolute authority. So at a certain point, after like 20 years, 25 years, some of my students who'd grown up with me were adults who needed to be liberated from the obligations in the traditional guru model. And for many of them, they needed to individuate. It's like when you have to individuate from your parent. In many ways, some elder students needed to fully self-actualize. In order to do that, they needed to be liberated from the very structure that had created all this. And at the time, I didn't have the eyes to see this, that there were very logical developmental needs they had, and I perceived their need for growth as a threat to the structure that we all created together. So instead, and they wanted to address some of these things with me, but instead of me responding with curiosity and humility, I responded with anger and pride, and I felt that they were threatening my position, which no one had ever done before, and I didn't react very well. It's a very complex story. There's a lot of parts to it, but fundamentally, this was the reason which led to me agreeing to take some time off so I could do some period of introspection and spiritual practice to understand what happened. And it really took me about 3 or 4 years. It's taken me a long time to actually come to terms with it and understand what was going on. But to everyone's surprise, very shortly after I said that I was going to take a sabbatical, the community started to fall apart all over the world. And many people were surprised how quickly it happened. And I think still are.
Yeah. So would you say the model of personal enlightenment, the model of evolutionary enlightenment bumped up against each other?
Well, it wasn't the model of personal enlightenment. It has to do because it has to do with the traditional guru model. Because in the traditional guru model, the guru is seen as being perfect and all-knowing, and not really, and not really possible that someone like that could have egoic motives, shadow, or make important mistakes. But postmodernity and integral psychology has taught us everybody has a shadow, nobody's perfect. And that even the great gift of enlightenment and enlightened awareness doesn't protect us from these things. So going through this great ordeal has helped me to face into a lot of this, and I'm still in the process of coming to terms with a lot of it. But it's also taking this experience that was a gift from my guru to me, and taking it out of a mythological context and bring it more into a postmodern one, and hopefully bring it into a postmodern one.